Pilates Roll-Down. Pretend you're hugging a giant beach ball. Exhale and tuck your chin towards your chest and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Arms are reaching forward. Keep your feet on the mat. Inhale and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. Reach forward with your fingers and curl up one vertebrae at a time to the seated position, pretending you're hugging a giant beach ball. Make this exercise easier by holding on to an 8-pound dumbbell lengthwise. This will really help you connect to the movement and improve your spinal segmentation. I recommend you try this, especially if you were flopping down or using momentum to get back up with the variation without the dumbbell. Cat-cow. Keep your arms straight so the movement is with your spine. Extend the spine and neck. To really dig into your upper spine, pretend there are eyeballs on your nipples and you want to look up at the junction between the ceiling and the wall. Then flex your spine and neck as if you're trying to touch your upper back to the ceiling. Then go rogue. You can let your arms bend for this. You're going to rotate in one direction a few times and then rotate the other way. I want you to loosen up. Seated Tpine Rotations. Put a yoga block between your knees and cross your arms like Barbara Eden in I Dream of Jeannie. Rotate from side to side, but do not arch when you do this. Keep your rib cage stacked over your pelvis. If you're not sure if you're doing that, just cough, and that will stack you. Pretend there are eyeballs on your hips. Keep your hip eyeballs facing forward the entire time, and don't shrug up. For a greater challenge, you can try this variation against the wall. Note that the shoulder and the hip stay contacting the wall the entire time. That's what makes this so challenging. When I first started doing this exercise, I could barely open up. Don't arch when you do this and maximally push that arm into the ground, like a go-go gadget arm. That will help you rotate open. Standing side tilt. Feet are wider than hip width apart. Push your hip out to one side, lean the other way, and hold. To increase the difficulty, reach your arm overhead and hold. Keep your hip eyeballs looking forwards. Pretend you're a piece of toast in the toaster. You don't want to lean forwards or backwards or else you'll get burnt. To really benefit from this, hold the end range positions. I like to hold them for 4 breath cycles. If you really want to increase the difficulty, look, Ma, no hands. This is level 11 hard, so make sure you're comfortable doing the other variations and don't copy my range of motion. Respect your current mobility and work within it. If you feel comfortable being in a wide seated straddle, then you can try this variation. Push both sits bones down into the floor and keep them contacting the floor the entire time. Reach towards the foot and hold this for 4 breath cycles. You're going to feel a lovely stretch in both the QL and the psoas. And then you're going to repeat for the other side. If you do suffer from QL, quadratus lumborum, spasm and tightness, these side bending stretches are going to be money for you. Now check this out. So this looks like the bow and arrow. If we flip it, poof, there's your bow and arrow standing split stretch. And there you have it. To improve your spine health, I suggest you do these exercises in your daily warm-ups.